link. This is find elements. So if you want to go for find elements, we use object dot find elements of by dot locator and locator value. Okay, na? Locator value. So these are all the methods like get method, navigate to method, maximize window, title, URL. Next, forward, back, refresh, find element, find elements. Okay. Now, using this method, so where do we get these methods? So these methods can be generated using a jar file. Using a jar file is selenium hyphen server hyphen standalone hyphen 2.53.0. ఈ జార్ ఫైల్ మనం ఏం చేయాలంటే మనము ఎక్లిప్స్ లో ఫస్ట్ ప్రాజెక్ట్ క్రియేట్ చేయాలి. ప్రాజెక్ట్ క్రియేట్ చేసి దానిలో we need to create a package. Under the package we need to create a class. Now once you create a project, in this project, ఈ ప్రాజెక్ట్ లో మీరు ఏం చేయాలంటే యూ నీడ్ టు యాడ్ యువర్ జార్ ఫైల్. ఈ ప్రాజెక్ట్ లో మనం ఏం చేయాలి, జార్ ఫైల్ యాడ్ చేయాలి. ఏ జార్ ఫైల్? సెలీనియం సర్వర్ స్టాండర్డ్ జార్ ఫైల్ యాడ్ చేస్తే నౌ యుల్ గెట్ దీస్ మెథడ్స్. ఓకేనా?
ఎస్ సార్.
So you need, so every time when you create a project only, not by creating packages or classes. So you can create any number of packages or any number of classes in this project. Okay. So what do you mean by class? As a class ante entante collection of objects ni ante oka single program ni oka class antam. Single program is called as a class. Alanti classes, for example, oka 100 classes collect chesam anukondi, danni emantam package. Collection of classes is called package. Okay na? Collection of packages is called as a project. So class is nothing but single program. Package is nothing but collection of programs, and the project is nothing but collection of packages. Collection of packages. So any number of packages and any number of classes and create chesukochu project lo. Kani kotta once you create a new project, you need to add your jar file. Project create cheste gaani compulsory jar file add cheyalsinde. So there is no other alternative to get these methods. Okay?
Yes sir.
Now locators ఇప్పుడు మెథడ్స్ చెప్పాం. గెట్ మెథడ్, నావిగేట్. అలాగే లొకేటర్స్ అంటే ఏంటంటే ప్రాపర్టీస్ ఆఫ్ ఆబ్జెక్ట్. ఒక ఆబ్జెక్ట్ యొక్క ప్రాపర్టీస్. సో ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ కన్సిడర్ ద మ్యాన్ హ్యావ్ మల్టిపుల్ ప్రాపర్టీస్. హైట్, విడ్త్, కలర్, నెక్స్ట్ ఈమెయిల్ ఐడి, weight, all this comes under properties. So when you go for an application, web application, they may, and when you consider username, the username is an object. This username may have multiple properties. What are those properties? Is nothing but first one ID, name, class name, tag name, link text, XPath, CSS locator. Ivanni kalpi, these are all the properties which comes into the application. Application of object, when you want to get a property for a particular object, we use these properties. You can identify using ID, you can identify using class name, you can identify using tag name, or link text, or XPath, or CSS locator. So these properties lo edaina teeskochu. Using these properties you can identify the object. So ఇప్పుడు మేము లొకేటర్స్ అంటే ఏమేమి చెప్పాలి? ఐడి, నేమ్, class name, tag name, link text, CSS XPath, and CSS locator. So these are all the properties. So what are the methods we are having? చెప్పండి.
So XPath అంటే ఏంటి సార్?
XPath అంటే అడ్రస్ ఆఫ్ ద ఆబ్జెక్ట్ అండి. ఒక ఆబ్జెక్ట్ ఒక అడ్రస్ అది ఎలా ఉంటుందంటే అది HTML/HTML తో ఉంటుంది అన్నమాట. ఓకే. ఆ ప్రాపర్టీ మనం ఐడెంటిఫై చేసి ఆబ్జెక్ట్ ద్వారా మనము దాంట్లో ఆపరేషన్ పర్ఫామ్ చేయొచ్చు. జస్ట్ యూ కెన్ క్లిక్, యూ కెన్ పర్ఫామ్ ది ఆపరేషన్స్ లైక్ బై క్లికింగ్ ఆన్ దట్, ఆర్ యూ కెన్ select some element and you can enter something into that object. So using this properties only you can identify them and you can perform the operations. Okay na?
Okay, sir.
So these are all the properties and locators, methods and object. Now when you install your Eclipse, so already installed my Eclipse, so just I can click on the Eclipse itself. Under the Eclipse, you can create your package or you can create your folder. What is my folder is WebDriver, WebDriver 10. WebDriver 10 is my project, is my folder just. So Eclipse IDE 2021-09 is your version number. It is a version. Under the Eclipse, you can find number of options are there. Now, under this Eclipse ID, there are many options are there. Do you want to configure settings? Do you want to create any application? Do you want to create a Java application? You want to import, check out the project from GitHub or not? So you want to open your existing project. Next, launch your Eclipse marketplace where you need to add your jar files. మీరు ఏమైనా కొత్త ఫైల్స్ ఏమైనా డౌన్లోడ్ చేయాలన్నా కూడా Eclipse marketplace ద్వారా you can download those things. Open an existing file. Now, tutorials, samples, there are many options. So you are going to create, where you are going to create, you are going to create in a Java project. So create a Java project. Here the project name is, I'm going to mention as WebDriver. WebDriver. Click next. Click finish. So you don't need to create module info. Just I don't want to create, don't create it. So automatically your project has been created. Have you seen this? This is your project.
Yes, sir.
Under that you can find
WebDriver.
Under that there is a JRE. Once you install your Java JRE JDK, the JRE will be automatically imported into your Eclipse itself. SRC is nothing but source code where you're going to create your packages, classes. Okay, all the scripts will be stored in your SRC. Now I want to create a
Sir.
package. Yeah, tell me.
Sir.
Yeah, ask me. What is your doubt?
Nothing. Source code అంటే ఇది మొత్తం గిట్ లో స్టోర్ అవుతుందా సార్?
గిట్లో కాదండి, మనం నార్మల్గా మనం ఇక్కడ ప్రోగ్రామ్ రాస్తాం, దీంట్లోనే ఎక్లిప్స్ లో రాస్తాం.
ఓకే సార్.
సోర్స్ కోడ్ మీకు కావాలంటే మీరు ఈ ప్రాజెక్ట్ అంతా తీసుకెళ్ళి గిట్ లో పెట్టుకోవచ్చు.
ఓకే ఓకే
ఓకేనా? సో నౌ if I want to create a package in my project, so right click on that, go to new. So here find package and mention your package name as day1. Day1. Click finish. Under the day1, again right click on that, go to new, click on the class. This is your project, this is your package. So I'm going to create a class.
Okay.
So class is something like print is my class. Now when you want to compile a Java program, you need to select an option called public static void main. This is an option where you, without the main method, you cannot compile the program. So you need to select your public static void main and click finish. So automatically your project has been created, your package has been created, and your class has been created. So package name is day1, class name is print, and what is the method you've been selected? What is the method you've been selected? Okay, public static void main string cum arguments is a method which you've been selected. Okay,
okay.
Steps for creating project.
Yes, sir.
So look at us. So look at us, Aruna. So we'll go for how to steps for creating a project in Eclipse. So file, new Java project, specify project name, click next, click finish. Okay, na? Click finish. So these are the steps which you are going to write your project. Okay, got it? Next,
Okay, sir.
steps for creating package in Eclipse. So right click on project. Yeah, one second. Right click on the project. Yeah, right click on the. So what we need to do? We need to right click on the project. Okay, na? So we need to
Okay, sir.
select your package. ఈ స్టెప్స్ నేను పంపిస్తాను, మీరు ప్రాక్టీస్ చేసుకుంటారు. ఓకే,
Yes, sir.
సో రైట్ క్లిక్ ఆన్ ది ప్రాజెక్ట్ ప్యాకేజ్. నెక్స్ట్ specify package name, and click don't what we need to do, click next. Now it will ask you create a module, right? So don't create on that. So you need to select with the selector, don't create module. Okay, na? Don't create module. Click next. Again click next. Click finish. Okay, na? So these are the steps which are going to work on that. So once you created, now what we need to do, we need to create a class in your package, right? So what we need to right click on package. Okay, next select class, specify class name. Okay, next select public static void main string comma box. Okay, na? Under that click next, click finish. Okay, na? So these are the steps which are going to work on that. అర్థమైందా? సో మనం ఏం చేయాలి దీంట్లో ఎక్లిప్స్ లో ఫస్ట్ we need to create ఏం క్రియేట్ చేయాలి, ఫస్ట్ ప్రాజెక్ట్ క్రియేట్ చేయాలి. అవునా? ప్రాజెక్ట్ క్రియేట్ చేసిన తర్వాత ఈ ప్రాజెక్ట్ వన్స్ యూ క్రియేటెడ్, నౌ యూ నీడ్ టు గో ఫర్ ప్యాకేజ్. సో యూ నీడ్ టు స్పెసిఫై ద ప్యాకేజ్ నేమ్, and it will ask you, do you want to create a module? Don't click any module dot info అనే ఫంక్షన్ ఉంటుంది. సో డోంట్ క్లిక్ ఆన్ దట్, రైట్? సో డైరెక్ట్లీ గో విత్ క్లిక్ నెక్స్ట్, డోంట్ క్రియేట్. సో డోంట్ క్రియేట్ module info, click next, click finish. Now under that package we need to create your class. Once you create a class, we need to add jar files to project. Don't add to package, you need to add your existing project which you've been created using Java, right? So for that what we can do is just right click on the project. What is your project name?
Public static void.
What is your method? Project name ఏంటది ఇక్కడ?
Web drivers.
Web driver. Just right click on that. Now go to the properties. Just go to the properties. Here you can find a function called Java build path. On the left hand side you can find that, right? Have you observed this? Now click on the
Yes,
Java
sir.
build
Java.
path and go to the libraries. Okay, now where you can select your class path. What is your class path on user? Select your class
Yes,
path.
sir.
On the right hand side you can find the second element is add external jars. Click on the add external jars, and here you can find the function called Selenium server standalone 2.53.05. So this is the jar file which we need to add to your project. Okay, click open.
Okay.
Click open, click apply and close. Chusara? Now to know whether your jar file has been imported into the project or not, just we need that what we can do is, on the left hand side, you can find a function called reference libraries. Have you observed this? Reference libraries.
Yes, sir.
Now click on that. There you can see your Selenium jar file. These are all the jar files. These are all your jar files.
Sure.
So what are the steps to be work is, right click on project, right click on project. Next, properties, external jar files. So Java build path, we need to select your properties. Next, Java build path. Next, add, we need to use add external jar files. Next, click on libraries. So you can go with, if you can't find this, you can go to libraries. Next, Java path. Now add external jars. So click on add external jars. Select Selenium jar file. Click add. Click apply. Click apply and close. Okay. Got it?
Yes, sir.
So these are the things which we need to work on. Okay. So these are the steps which you need to follow. So I'll send this installation process to you. Okay.
Yes, sir.
You copy you install all those things, and tomorrow you go with the level to 12. Okay.
నేను అది రెడీ చేసుకుంటాను, ఈరోజు ఇన్స్టాల్ చేసుకుంటాను సార్.
I'll send this installation also for you.
ఓకే సార్.
Okay. Thank you.
సార్ మెయిల్ ఐడి పంపమంటారు సార్?
No, anyway, I'll send this to, for the time being, I'll send to Chaitanya sir, or else group is there now.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Right. I'll send that links in a group itself.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you.